on Bayna TV on verbs and nouns in Arabic, and I just had a couple questions to clarify, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
Yeah. You said nouns and verbs significantly change the understanding of an ayah.
Yeah.
But why, when I'm, reading an English translation, I don't really fully understand it? Can you clarify a little bit?
Yeah, there are lots of ayat where nouns and verbs sort of interchange, and there are places where a verb was used and a very similar place, a noun was used in its place. And it will immediately ring an alarm bell for the Arab, especially one who knows classical Arabic, but it won't really show in the English translation. Actually, by definition, a noun like apple,
tree, happiness, etc. Nouns don't have a tense. They're not past or present or future. They're timeless in that sense. So rhetorically speaking, a noun is considered timeless. Verbs, on the other hand, have tense, past tense or present tense or future tense. Even the imperative is in the present tense in the sense. So tenses or verbs are temporary because they are caged in time. Okay, so nouns are timeless and verbs are caged in time. Now, what happens in the Arabic language, interestingly, is sometimes when you're talking about an act, you can actually use a noun or a verb. And when you translate that into the English language, when you translate it in the Quran, for example, an average translation, we don't have that luxury in English, so we always translate it as a verb. Right? So you don't get to see that sometimes what we're thinking is a verb was actually used as a noun in the Quran, right? Because they're just exactly the same way that would be translated. So, for instance, not in the Quran, but in regular Arabic, ajlisu, I'm sitting. Ana jalis, I'm sitting. While ajlisu is a verb and jalis is a noun. So you'd translate the same way, I'm sitting, okay? Now, let's appreciate the rhetorical difference as is used in the Quran. It's very subtle. So I'll give you 3 examples of that in order of complexity.